must revisit the conversation on Eddie Howe, given the fact that we are still looking out for who is going to be the next England manager. Now, he is top of the list when it comes to the odds. And interestingly enough, he's topping some of the lists as the manager who'll be the first to go this season in the Premier League as well. So, you know, if you put 2 and 2 together, you can get 4 here and not 5. I think we all know what's being said here. But what are your thoughts on Eddie Howe, what's going to happen here, and whether he should leave Newcastle to take on this position?
Well, you just said it. He's in a slightly precarious position at Newcastle. They expect, because of the money that's been spent there, they expect them to be in the top 4 or get close to the top 4. If they have a bad start to the season, he would be one of the managers that could get the job. Then he would look back and say, why didn't I take, if he was offered the England job, why didn't I take it? I should have taken it because, you know, I've got maybe 4 years of security rather than being under pressure always at Newcastle. Is he the right man for the job? I think he's a better coach than Gareth Southgate. Will he build the team spirit as much as Gareth Southgate? Probably not. But overall, I think if you look at the English options, he's probably the only one that I would take. Graham Potter hasn't done enough for me to become the England manager.
So what about Eddie Howe's head now, though? You know, you've just mentioned there what could happen at Newcastle. What do you think he should do?
If he's offered the England job, I would take it. Because there's every possibility that Newcastle won't show him any favours. They say, oh, thanks for not taking the England job. You know, your head's with us and we've given you another, you know, year's contract. If they lose games, they'll sack him. And he'll get a nice big payoff, of course he will. But he might have lost the chance of being the England manager. So I think there's every possibility. If he's offered it, over a course of the time, they will decide it's right for him to go.
The Mayor of Newcastle is nodding away here.
Yeah, because, listen, I'm with Robbo in that if you're Eddie Howe and you offer the England job, you take it. Not just because of the situation with Newcastle, whatever that may be, but because that opportunity doesn't come around that often. Who knows what, you know, if he turns it down this time around, what direction his career goes in, what's going on with the England national team. I just think that you're an English coach, you get offered the England manager's job, you take it, no question. And now, just in terms of Eddie Howe and Newcastle, almost from the day he arrived, he wasn't first choice at Newcastle. At Newcastle, who was sitting bottom of the Premier League at the time when he took over. And then because of the new ownership, there was always this speculation that they would eventually go for a bigger name manager. Now, the argument to that is, I don't think there are that many big name managers out there right now, especially when you consider who Bayern Munich ended up going for, who Liverpool ended up going for. So there's some leeway in that regard. And while Sydney last season, by comparison, was a little bit disappointing, you feel that maybe the equity from his second season, where they finished 4th, it's getting used up kind of quickly. So England manager's job or not, 6 or 8 games in, if Newcastle aren't very close to the top, you just wonder about his fortunes. And then kind of given a lot of the changes that are going on at the top at Newcastle, I think, again, it's a really easy decision if that job is offered.
If that job is offered. And obviously you look, Frank, at the talent that England have in their squad and how close we are to a World Cup as well. It's got to make it even more attractive for a manager who does get offered it.
Definitely. Hard to say no because of what you just said. The World Cup is in 2 years from now, and you have a fantastic challenge to deal with, and with all the talent that you have, the players who wants to win something for their almighty country, there is something to do. Hard to say no, even if I think that Eddie Howe is more day-to-day kind of coach, and even if he doesn't do well at the first beginning with Newcastle, he's going to find another club, because what he proved 2 years ago is that he's a very good coach and can do a very good job to any club who wants to employ him. But yeah, World Cup, England, yeah, you have to say yes, man.
Yeah, say yes. That's what they're all saying.